This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Good Wednesday morning and happy Kansas Day to all of you out there. I don't know of another state that is as proud of its origins as Kansas, and rightfully so. A lot of people went through a lot of sacrifices to put that 34th star on the U.S. flag. So you should be very proud of that. And I hope that you're celebrating accordingly. I have a couple of plans today. I'm going to be at the library and the Fick Fossil Museum in Oakley during the day, and speaking at the Hayes Library tonight on Charles Curtis, one of my favorite topics. And speaking of those native to the state of Kansas and earlier, right behind me is the sculpture of the Cheyenne warrior Roman Nose. Such a beautiful sculpture, and it was such a thrill the day that we honored the Roman Nose family and the Cheyenne Nation with this magnificent sculpture. So on Kansas Day, I think it's a good idea to pause and remember those folks that were here before. There's so many sites around Kansas that can tell you those stories. I'm going to be speaking in Lecompton on February 16th, I believe, part of the Lecompton lecture series. We've mentioned that before and hope that you can get out to one of those lectures. It kicks off with Governor Kelly, or maybe just kicked off actually on Sunday. I was actually speaking in Mitchell County up in Beloit, so I wasn't able to be there for that. And then it ends first weekend in March with my dear friend Michelle Martin. So hoping that in between you can check that out and go learn something, be entertained, and maybe have your mind blown a little bit by some Kansas history. My gosh, there's so much. There's just so much. There's just no end to what you can learn, and no end to the places that you can explore. So that's my charge to you today, is go out and explore and learn some Kansas history, get some new stuff, enjoy it with the kids, go to a museum just like ours, and go to your local museum, go to the one that's right there down the street that maybe you've been meaning to stop at and just haven't done it. So by all means go by there. We have a terrific show for you today because there's a lot of terrific things going on. And I'm real excited about my month. I just got back from visiting friends in Philadelphia and doing some research there. So in the coming weeks, we're going to share some of those stories with you, and I just can't wait. And I am headed this week to Santa Fe on Santa Fe Trail Business. And again, I'm always looking for the Kansas connections. And if you look for those, you will always find them. I don't care where you go, what part of the country, what part of the world. You will find a Kansas connection if you just look for it. Since we became that 34th star, our impact on national politics, on world affairs is incalculable. Sometimes great, sometimes not so great, but always important.
In 1821, a trade route was opened from Missouri in the United States across prairies and mountains to Mexico. In 2021, we will mark 200 years of epic conflicts and grand adventures, larger-than-life personalities, and sweeping landscapes. Join us on an historic journey. The Santa Fe Trail lives on.
Find us on social media or santafetrail.org.
Okay, looks like it's time for our tour. Welcome to the Fort Wallace Museum. Here at the museum, you're going to find some really interesting stuff, like our replica stagecoach from the Butterfield Overland Dispatch. We've got facades from the fort buildings. We've got an 1870s flag. There's a plesiosaur that was discovered locally. We've got the Ray pump organ collection. We're a little bitty place with a great big story, and we'd love to have you.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss 316-945-6733.